Hello, I'm back. How are you? I'm Rosalind. If you have not been here before, but if you have been here before, welcome back. This week, I want to talk about what may be making your LDL high. Now, I, like a lot of people, have indulged in a variety of different diets over the years, but the one that I thought worked the best at first and seemed like it was going to be the savior of getting me to lose weight was the keto diet. I have noticed in the comments that a lot of you have talked about being on the keto diet, and I am here to tell you that that may not be a good idea if you want to keep your LDL down. I'm going to tell you my story. I did the keto diet probably back in like 2016, 2017. And I thought, hey, this is great. I was losing weight fast. I was not eating pretty much any carbs, very minimal carbs, I would say. I think I started off with maybe 20 grams of carbs. And I was like, oh, this is working. Well, didn't take me too long till I was like, this is hard. I don't know if I can do this. But I was like, well, let me go to the doctor first and see what my LDL is like. And so when I went and got my LDL checked, my my LDL was through the roof and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, why is my LDL so high? And I sat there and I was talking to the doctor and I'm like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm exercising and I couldn't figure it out. So I had to go home and I had to look and think what's missing from my diet that is making my LDL so high. And what was it? Fiber. And this is why I talk so much about oatmeal on a basic level, oatmeal, because of the fact that I realized in general that my LDL was always going to be high as long as I didn't have something to sweep the cholesterol out of my body. And what you need is some fiber. You need fiber. And I think I had to relearn that all carbs are not bad for you. Everything in moderation. I'm trying to get to a point where I have a healthy relationship with food, and that includes carbs. For the longest time, I didn't eat anything as basic as even like brown rice because I was just like, it's rice and it's a starch and it's carbs, but it's also filling. And at the end of the day, I have to think, is it better for me to eat um, potato chips or cookies? Or should I pick another carb that's actually not so bad for me and provides me some, filling, the feeling of being full, even something that's really good for you, like a sweet potato. Took me a long time to get back to eating anything that remotely had the word potato in it because in my brain I was thinking, oh my God, this is bad. This is a bad carb, and I was like, no. Yeah, it does have carbs in it, but it's a damn good carb and it's good for you. I think we associate vegetables with being good for us, but there are certain um, vegetables like sweet potatoes that we just put in this sort of bucket that we think is not good for us. And that's just one carb that we assume is not good for us, but actually is very good for us and fills us up so that we don't end up eating a lot of crap. So I always tell people when you're doing a carb thing and you want to lower your carbs, and there may be other reasons you may want to lower your carbs. You may want to lower it because you have a metabolic syndrome or something. I suffer from metabolic syndrome. So it's like, I won't go crazy with carbs because it does work against me. Some people can eat carbs like that, good or bad, and they're fine. But with me, I still kind of watch how much carbs I eat because it could be detrimental to my weight. And going through perimenopause on top of that is just a disaster waiting to happen. So here's what I say. Let's be a little moderate with it. I've introduced certain carbs back into my diet again. Right now, I know at one point when I was really, trying to watch my carbs even, I was still at least doing 100 grams. Because if you do 100 grams, you still can fit in oatmeal, you still can fit in sweet potatoes and other good carbs. I'm actually going to look up some more good carbs and I'm going to put a list on here somewhere because I want you to be able to see what you can do to reintroduce good carbs into your life. And if you're having problems with your weight or anything, that will help you take it down and just, have a healthy relationship with food. Because at the end of the day, it's about healthy relationships with food. So it's like, for me, that meant, I should say, reintroducing good carbs back into my diet and being okay with it and just pretty much doing everything in moderation. I think I've said that before, that everything in moderation, you're good. When you start being extreme is when you get yourself in trouble. And we don't want to be bouncing up and down in our weight and up and down in our LDL, what they call the bad cholesterol, which in itself, that's a whole nother discussion, because you need that LDL in your brain. It's good for your brain health. And when you get on statins, we've had this, I've told you I don't do statins because statins will suck all of that out, suck so much of it out. And you have a lot of people that are older that are on statins that are suffering not only from the muscle aches and pains that they talk about as a side effect of statins, but also the problems with memory and dementia because they're taking away too much of that LDL. That LDL, only when it gets too much is it really bad. But you even need that, to survive. But they don't talk about that because they want to push you on statins. And you can get it down yourself. And there are plenty of people that are living long lives doing it themselves and getting their LDL down, and not being perfect, but being fine and living a perfectly long, healthy life because they've developed a healthy relationship with food and know how much of one they can eat, how much they shouldn't, and not touching statins. So I just reiterate that you don't need statins. I don't know if I'll ever get off of that soapbox about statins. You don't need to jump on a statin as the first line of defense against having high LDL unless you have other issues where it's like super high. That's a whole nother discussion. And I can almost see that being like, yeah, we need to check this because it's super high and it's a family history of it. But in the cases, for the most part, the majority of people don't have those issues. So I just want to take some time and bring that to you because I saw it in my list of things that I wanted to cover. And when I kept seeing people talk about keto, keto, keto in the comments, I was like, let me come and chat. My next video for you LDL fans is going to be what I put in my oatmeal, because you do ask me about what I put in my oatmeal. And I have another video that I'm thinking about, which is I'm going to go back through the comments because there have been a lot of comments through the years, a lot of questions, I should say, through the years that people have asked over and over again. And so clearly they're not reading all of the comments, which I don't blame you. It's a lot. But I'm going to go back through the comments and I'm going to pull out the questions that people have asked the most, and I'm going to answer those questions so that you don't have to go back through all of the comments from 2017 when I first did that video, 2018, somewhere in there. But anyway, I'm going to go back and do that. Please subscribe so that you can follow and know when the videos are coming out, because they are coming. I'm still doing my ADHD series, but I'm going to still be doing my cholesterol videos as well. I don't want you to feel lost, even though people are still to this day finding that video. I'm just amazed by that. But anyway, hope you all have a great day. It is hot in New York today, and I have this AC off right now, but I'm about to cut it on because I don't do heat well. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.